This week on a brand new episode of Strong Arm Sports Podcast.
Then more than likely, if I'm gotta drop 30 over here in trash ass South Carolina, I got some help over here in Duke. We got other top players. I don't mind averaging 13, 14 points. I know I'm still going to the league.
That's true. That's a damn
Let me
good
take
point.
some of the strain off me.
We supposed to be the losers, but we winning though. They used to laugh at us, now we winning though. They used to tell me never in my lifetime. I guess they wasn't in their right mind. Underdog.
What's going on, folks? Welcome to a brand new exciting episode of Strong Arm Sports Podcast, the realest sport podcast in all the land.
True.
I'm talking about in all the land. Man, we are back to wrap up the previous weekend sports in dramatic fashion, like only we could do, man. I'm talking about with no BS, no sugarcoating, and no biases, only the strong arm truth. This happens to be the first time you are watching our show on YouTube or listening to it on any of our various podcast channels. I'm one half of the show. I go by the name of KSpadeTheProspect.
And I'm your boy, {ParisFifty7, and together we form Strong Arm Sports Spade.
Yes, sir.
Man, we got a lot of things to talk about, so I ain't gonna waste no time. I'm gonna jump right into it. First and foremost, babe, hold on. I gotta thank you guys for your amazing support. Yo, we hit the 40s this week, man. I woke up this morning, I checked it again, and we still in the 50s. You guys have been amazing this week. Let's keep this momentum. 2018 looking big. We gotta keep this momentum, y'all. Let's keep it up.
2018 is our year. You want me to drop a little jingle right here, bro?
No. We'll pass.
2018.
We can pass on. We can
Okay,
pass
I'll
on
say
that because
it.
you'll find a way to.
Right.
You'll find a way to slip James Harden name in there somehow. But
Wow, that's disrespectful.
I mean, that's what you do. That's what you do. But Spade, I want to start in the NFL. We got some playoff games happening. I want to start on the AFC side of things. Spade.
All right.
First of all, the games last week was amazing. I mean, Jacksonville, Pittsburgh, that game was down to the wire. Blake Bortles made some amazing throws, but Blake Bortles and that Jacksonville defense was able to get Pittsburgh out of here, and they moved on, and they are facing the New England Patriots up in Foxborough. Spade, I gotta ask you, homie, what should we expect from this AFC Championship game?
Man, I mean, I gotta give it to you, bro. You always come on this show and say the NFL, man, we've got parity. You never know who. And I always tell you, calm that down, sit on down. But hold on, you might be on to something here. You might have just did something right there, NFL. Hold up. Right now, my team is at home. In case y'all didn't know, the Dolphins didn't make the playoffs. Did you know that, LeParis?
I think everybody knew that. They was nowhere near.
Well, I was shocked. Listen, man, since my team is at home, I am temporarily rooting for these Jags. I like this team. I like their confidence. I like their swagger. Midway through the season, if you follow me on Twitter, you've been seeing I've been very vocal about it. I'm a fan of Jalen Ramsey. I know that dude gets trolled a lot. Y'all like talking trash about him. Every week I say, even though the Xavier Rhodes fans be in my mentions, the Darius Slay fans be in my mentions, I think with my eye test, I think Jalen Ramsey has been the best corner in the NFL this year.
Hey,
I like that kid.
Space.
Nah, don't do it.
Space.
Don't do it.
What college did Jalen Ramsey and Xavier Rhodes go to?
They came out of the ACC, the best conference in college football.
Nah, they went to Florida State, which is now Cornerback University.
Oh my God!
DBU.
Stop, bro. Y'all had Deion. Wait. Y'all had Deion, Samari Rolle, and these two guys. 4 cornerbacks in the history of your university don't make you cornerback you.
You just gonna skip over the slew of CBs we had,
bro? 4 top tier cornerbacks.
Spade, go ahead.
In the history of your university.
Spade,
That's what I thought.
Go ahead.
So yes, man. I'm one of the foolish minority that think the Jags got a chance. This team reminds me an awful lot of that Ravens team that had trash ass Trent Dilfer at quarterback. Trent, if you listening, I'm calling you trash. You know you was trash. Trent be forgetting sometime, but I like this team, bro. I like this team, and you know what? We kind of trolled Leonard Fournette on this show when he said the NFL was easy. I would like to recant all of my laughter. He making it look pretty damn easy. Go Jags.
First and foremost, if you guys didn't know, Tom Brady was in practice earlier this weekend. Hurt his hand. It was later reported that Rex Burkhead was the Patriot that injured Tom Brady's hand. Spade think it's all a smoke screen.
Smoke and mirrors.
That's what he
ain't
think.
hurt
You know
y'all.
what? I'm gonna tell you what. I'm not concerned about Tom Brady because Tom Brady been on the injury report. They list Tom Brady as questionable every week since like week 2. Like every week, Tom Brady is questionable. Every week he don't practice and he missed. Like it's not a big deal. Tom Brady would have to be deceased to miss this game. He will be playing. Spade, I'm gonna say, look. That Jacksonville defense is amazing. If you guys didn't know, Tom Coughlin, who was pretty much the mastermind behind the Giants when they beat the Patriots in Super Bowls, he is the mastermind behind the Jacksonville Jaguars. So it's no shocker here that defense has been rebuilt by Tom Coughlin and company. And those guys are playing out of their mind. Tom Coughlin had the Giants like that. And if you know anything about playing against Tom Brady, the scouting report is get Tom Brady off the spot, get pressure in his face, hit that guy. And Tom, I think we are in for an amazing game, Spade, today. And my gut, this is not the pick'em game, Spade. I want Jacksonville to win, but my gut is telling me, you know, they are in one of those situations when they too young and they quite not ready yet. And I don't trust Blake Bortles. And I think you give Bill Belichick a week to game plan for you. You know, they know Leonard Fournette is a threat. I think they're going to stack the box and say, Blake Bortles, do what you did last week again. And you got to ask yourself, do you trust Blake Bortles? Because I don't. So if I had to put money on this game, I'm leaning New England Patriots just because Tom Brady coaching, you know, they can get it done in so many different phases of the game. It could be special teams, Spade. If it's a 50-yard field goal, do I trust Lambeau or do I trust Gostkowski? And I trust Gostkowski more. So it can be one of those games when New England can win this game in so many different phases. And I don't know if I trust Jacksonville enough to get it done. I would love for them to get it done because I'm tired of New England. I just don't know if they're quite ready, and I don't trust Blake Bortles.
Well, let me throw this at you, some fun facts before we move forward.
Okay.
It is rumored that Jacksonville might put Jalen Ramsey on Gronkowski.
Yeah.
Which I like. I mean, Ramsey obviously isn't as big, and I would assume not as strong as Gronk, but he's physical. And he's mouthy. So a lot of times, Gronk already showed us earlier in the year, you can get under his skin. He might drop a wrestling elbow on you after the play when it's a dead ball. But you can get under his skin. You can get him rattled. I kind of feel like the Patriots hedging their bets a little bit. What they're doing is they're giving themselves and their fan base an out. Just in case something strange happens and the Jags get the win, everybody going to say Tom Brady's hand. That nobody's actually seen injured because he's walking around in interviews with gloves on, like Michael Jackson or something. They hedging bets. Let's go ahead and move forward,
I'm gonna tell you what else, Spade. The point you made about Jalen Ramsey on Gronk. I'm gonna tell you, we talk about this thing called confidence all the time, and I'm gonna tell you, Jalen Ramsey ain't scared, and he's confident, and he believes he can lock down anybody, and
he think he the best.
Sometimes all it takes is that little bit of belief. You never know. All you got to do is believe in yourself, people. And Jalen Ramsey is one of the cockiest, most self-in-tune corner this year. Like he's like, Spade, do you remember how when Ocho Cinco used to talk about these corners, like, yeah, if he on me, he fooled, he done. Jalen Ramsey is like that, the opposite. Put me on AB, I'm locking him down. Put me on this guy, like they non-existent. And that's what Jalen Ramsey remind me of. He's the defensive Ocho Cinco with the mouth. I mean, we know Deion just took away half of the field. They didn't even test Deion. Deion didn't even have to talk. They wasn't throwing over there. Jalen Ramsey lets you know, you throw over here, you're gonna be in trouble. So I'm interested. I can't wait to see this matchup of Jalen Ramsey on Gronk. I mean, we have Spade. I think we in for a treat. I think we are in for a treat, and I hope this game lives up to all the hype. And Blake Bortles, all you got to do is what you did last week. Don't mess it up. Don't turn the ball over.
Wait. Don't come for Blake, because you know what? I was talking to somebody, and they said, well, Pittsburgh let Fournette just run loose. So, they should have stacked the box on him. And I reminded that person in the previous week, the Buffalo Bills stacked the box to stop Fournette. You know what happened? Blake Bortles damn near had 100 yards rushing. Don't come for Blake. Let's
can
move
come
on
for
and talk
Blake.
about the NFC. No, you cannot come for Blake because right now that's my quarterback.
Spade.
No,
I
you
can
can't
come for
right
Blake.
now.
Spade, let me ask you, do you believe in Blake?
Team.
You believe in Blake?
Yes. And Blake Bortles we trust for right now.
Okay.
And remember, if it's any young people watching this on YouTube or listening to this podcast, I tell people all the time, y'all take this for granted. Step one to being the best is believing you the best. If you think step one is waiting on other folks to tell you the best, you won't never be nothing. Because we live in a society where they ain't going to do nothing but put you down. So step one is believing you the best. Jalen Ramsey believes he the best, and I'm on board. Now, can we finally get to this NFC Championship game? Because you spending a lot of time here just because Jalen Ramsey went to trash-ass FSU. All right, let's move forward.
I mean, we got somebody on this end that went to FSU.
NFC Championship game also happens this weekend, folks. And I'm going to tell you what's strange. I was going to say 3. My bad, Blake. 2 of the teams still in the playoffs kind of got question marks at quarterbacks. And, of course, I'm talking about the Eagles who are without their starting quarterback, as well as the Vikings. Shut up, LaParis. The Vikings who are without their starting quarterback. If you guys saw the playoff games last weekend, I don't know what to say about the way the New Orleans Saint Minnesota Viking game ended. It was just terrible. It was terrible. I've seen all the people caping for the young rookie at safety saying that mistakes happen, but sometimes you got to have good fundamentals. And yeah, I know I never played safety at the NFL level before anybody comes for me. Once again, I go back to my theory with seeing a smudge on the window on the 83rd floor. No, I have never, been in a scalpel on the side of a skyscraper cleaning windows, but I can spot a dirty window when I see it, and I can spot a terrible tackle attempt, and that's what happened. Anyway, in this game, man, you got 2 teams anchored by their defenses, really good defenses on both sides, in the NFC Championship game. Neither team with their starting quarterback, LaParis. What do you think about this game and who you like?
Before I go there, I want to speak on last week's game. Man, let me tell you. Whew. When I tell you, I seen the Music City Miracle and all, when they was in Tennessee and Wycheck threw the ball back and they returned it on Spade. That was just insane what I said. I couldn't believe it. I couldn't believe it. The rookie safety, Williams, the kid had a phenomenal season, man. And I think he's going to be all right. I hope he's able to bounce back because, Spade, we have seen players make certain mistakes and not be able to bounce back. Remember Nick Anderson at the free throw line?
Oh yeah,
like 4 times. It was a wrap. So I'm hoping that this kid is able to, because he had a phenomenal season, and this play is going to go down in NFL history. Yeah, he had a pick in that game. That's right.
That's what I thought. Okay.
They wouldn't have even came back in that game if it wasn't for that kid.
For him, absolutely.
Yeah, so I hope this kid, this kid sent out a tweet and was like, I'm not going to let that play define me as a player or a man, and I hope he don't, because the kid is a great player. He was great this year. He was great. With that being said, this week, Spade, I know a lot of Philadelphia Eagles fans, and they're in the same division as the Cowboys, so I hear it a lot. Philly this, but you want to know what I see from? You want to talk about hedging bets? The Philadelphia Eagle fans are hedging their bets because they've
been hedging it every week since Wentz went down.
Since Carson Wentz went down, yes, they have, Spade. They was like, he couldn't even score on Dallas, and if Wentz was there, we would have dropped 42 points, and even the games they win, Spade, they're like, we won 17, whatever. We would have scored 59 points. A win is a win. A win is a win. You know what's crazy, Spade? I asked you off camera earlier in the week. I said, man, what if the Eagles beat Minnesota? Is the Eagle fans still going to say, the Eagle fans have been saying they're going to lose ever since the playoffs started. They've been like, we're going to lose, man. We're going to lose. We don't have our quarterback. We're going to lose. And they've been winning. Yeah. If they beat Minnesota, what they going to say? We're going to lose the Super Bowl. Like this, they've been hedging their bets. Hedging their bets ever since Wentz went down. With that being said, Spade, I think we in for another good game. I think this is going to be a defensive game right here. I think it's going to be some a lot of run game. I think Minnesota would throw more than Philadelphia. I think Philadelphia don't even trust Nick Foles. I don't even think they trust him. But I think this is going to be a close game, and when I say close, I'm talking maybe 17-14, maybe 21-17, a real close game. This could be a field goal game. Like, I said earlier in the week, we was in a party with people. I said, man, this could be a game of field position. Like, you know, it could be one of those 9-6 games. This game could go a bunch of ways. I'm leaning towards Minnesota right now. But I think we're in for another good one.
Yeah, same. I'm also leaning Minnesota, and I kind of want to take a split second to really give kudos to that Minnesota. Coach Zimmerman and the coaching staff over there, man, they have overcome adversity after adversity after adversity. I had to check one of these out-of-pocket fans on Twitter for saying, like, you know, Minnesota, they need to get rid of Bradford and Bridgewater because Case Keenum is better than... I said, wait. Let's not forget, Teddy Bridgewater had this team in position to win a playoff game. They just had a field goal kicker to shank a damn field goal that high school kids can make. I don't see how that's Teddy Bridgewater's fault. And in much less time in the NFL than those other two guys. They have overcome adversity at the quarterback position. Let's not forget, folks, at one point in this season, the Rookie of the Year was looking like Dalvin Cook in the backfield for the Vikings. He went down and they didn't miss a beat. They went on. It's been a next man up mentality.
I don't mean to cut you off, homie.
I don't
mean to cut you off, but you don't hear Minnesota fans like, oh, we don't have Dalvin Cook. They're just next man up. Let's play ball. Yeah. Let's run this ball.
And that's what it should be. At the end of the day, we're talking about the NFL, the greatest group of football players on the face of the planet. These guys know what's up. They ain't just getting here. Like, you got people like Nick Foles. Nick Foles ain't new to the game. Nick Foles knows what's going on. He's talented enough to be in that league and stay in that league, and he is actually one of the better backups in the league. I mean, I'd take Nick Foles over Jay Cutler, and Dolphin fans. We had to deal with that being our starter this year. I do expect a very competitive game. I also expect it to be a low-scoring game. But at the end of the day, man, I just feel like with Diggs and Thielen, you never know. Both of those dudes right there, they just make plays. And when you look at Adam Thielen, you're talking about a guy that wasn't even drafted. That's an undrafted talent that just wanted it. And I guarantee you, this is going to be the message for the show. I guarantee you, people wasn't telling him when he was undrafted, man, you the best. Like, that man had to continue to believe in himself, and that's got to be tough after you enter the draft and not even get drafted. I'm going to take the Vikings. Once again, this ain't our pick'em game. I got something low scoring. I got like a 14-10 game out there.
I think it's going to be that type of game. It's going to be, I agree, it's going to be a game of field position. And I was trying to explain to one of the guys in the party, man, when you got a defense, like both of these teams have a top defense. Ain't nothing wrong with playing field position. Nothing is wrong. That's what the Ravens did. The Ravens, they would kick field goals and play field position. When they can't score, they will pin you deep, and they knew the defense was getting you off the field.
And ain't nothing wrong with playing field position. Themselves. In some cases, you got your defense putting up 7 points a game.
That's right.
14 points a game. So yeah, you never know, man.
I think we in for two good games, and I would love for it to be a Minnesota-Jacksonville Super Bowl just because I'm tired of New England being there. But I wouldn't be shocked if we see the Patriots in there again. Spade, before we move on, did you know that a lot of people saying the NFL is rigged because the NFL website put up get your Super Bowl tickets now, and it was a picture of the New England Patriots and the Minnesota Vikings, and people saying that the NFL is rigged because they're already saying who's in the Super Bowl.
I mean, this is a trash-ass league, bro, which is why the NBA is better. So, I mean, what's crazy, this ain't the first time this has happened, is it?
Nope.
Seems like this happens a lot, and I don't feel like this is a mistake that you continue to make. The NFL over there hedging their bets too. Everybody bet hedging today, fam. Everybody.
Word. Let's move on.
All right.
Spade, you want to talk about insanity? If you guys didn't know, the Rockets played the Clippers.
Oh, we finna talk NBA?
Yeah, we're going to the NBA.
All right, let's get it.
We're going to the NBA. But the Rockets played the Clippers.
Yes.
And it was in LA. And it was a chippy game. But you want to know, Blake Griffin and Lou Williams and all those guys showed up, and they won a game. They won against the Rockets. And CP3, it was just chippy from the start.
Yeah.
It was guys pulling shorts. It was jaw jacking. People was up there talking back and forth. It was a chippy game. But people got ejected. Ariza and Blake and all these guys got ejected with like a minute left in the game. But that wasn't even the kicker. After the game, Clint Capella went and knocked on the Clippers' door. You got Chris Paul showing Ariza, Gerald Green, and James
that's
Harden
allegedly, bro. You don't know how they figured that out.
Allegedly, I'm sorry.
Whoa,
allegedly,
I got you, Chris.
Taking them through the back ringer, through all the little deep down tunnels. You know, it was like the secret tunnel, like the get out exit.
Underground Railroad. Yes.
The Underground Railroad out here, and that led to some Clippers coming out being like, we was where we supposed to be. We was in our locker room. Let's just say some of the Rockets weren't.
Right.
And that led to some suspensions. NBA investigated. That led to some suspensions. Some people were saying Chris Paul should have been suspended, but he wasn't.
No.
Some people were saying James Harden should have been suspended, but he wasn't.
Right.
You know who got suspended, Spade?
Who?
Trevor Ariza and Gerald Green. Y'all know Gerald Green is my boy. But Trevor Ariza, who actually is still friends with Montrezl Harrell, who was on that team, he called Montrezl Harrell. Ariza called Montrezl Harrell to get Austin Rivers' number, to talk to Austin Rivers. They kind of handled it like men. They said what they had to say. They kind of squashed it, pieced it up. And Ariza still got suspended.
Yeah.
He still got suspended.
Yeah.
Spade, what the hell is going on in the league? Not to mention, Spade, it's been a slew. We ain't even got this as a topic, but it's been a slew of fights.
Yes, it has.
A follow was swinging on folks. People just out here just checking chins in the NBA. What is going on in the league where everybody was supposed to be buddy cool?
I mean,
I love it. But go ahead, Spade.
The NBA is showing once again why it is the supreme pro sports league. It's showing you why. It's the storylines. Not only do they provide entertainment from the first quarter to the fourth quarter, it's the other stuff. It's the side stories. This is the reason why, a lot of people tune in to reality TV and soap operas. This is
So you like drama?
I guess we all do, bro. We're addicted to it. This is what we want to see. Let me tell you, Austin Rivers did not play. He was injured. Of course, James Harden did not play. He was injured. Austin Rivers is popping. Like, you got a chippy game going on the court. That's fine. If I'm in a chippy game and I'm a little upset, I'm losing the game, the last thing I want to hear is the coach's son throwing shade from the bench with his hand in the cast. Shut up. Shut up. And that's probably all they wanted to tell him. Listen, I believe the Rockets are innocent. I believe all 4 or 5 of the Rockets.
Wow.
I'm just giving you my honest opinion. I believe they're innocent. I think the whole point,
wow.
I think they was, first of all, Chris Paul, James Harden, Gerald Green, and Trevor Ariza obviously got lost. Chris Paul has been in that arena many times. Hold on, bro. Been in that arena many times. How many times you think Chris Paul been in the visiting locker room? Never. It's an honest mistake.
Numerous.
No. Not as a visitor. No. Because he never played the Lakers in that arena when he played for the Clippers. So he's never been in that visiting locker room ever.
Oh, my gosh.
And it was probably just an honest mistake. Probably looking for the bathroom. What a bathroom? You know what I'm saying? Where is it? And you just open the doors.
Stop it,
and next
bro.
thing you know, boom, oh,
Stop.
snap. We here in the Clippers locker room. Didn't mean to be here, but since we here, Austin, what's all that stuff you had to say on the court? What is the issue? Can we settle it like men? And then I don't understand. Let me get serious for a minute.
Stop it.
Let me get serious for a minute. First of all, the whole Trojan horse approach, I love it. I absolutely love it. You send Clint Capella to knock on the back door. This is, I don't know. Somebody told me this, LaParis, but I think this is what the feds do when they go raid a trap house. Somebody knock on the front door. Knowing that everybody going to probably run for the back door, boom, it's people back there too. I think the whole setup was brilliant. What I don't understand is how 5 Rockets go to the Clippers locker room and they select 2 of them to be suspended for 2 games apiece. And it's not the guy who probably knew something about how to get there. It ain't Chris Paul. It ain't James Harden. And it ain't Clint Capella who knocked on the front door. Somehow or another, it's Ariza, who I could believe was probably the aggressor. But I don't understand how Gerald Green got suspended, but that's the NBA. They got it figured out.
I think Ariza was trying to be the peacemaker, Spade. He asked Montrezl Harrell for dude number so they can talk it out. Like, he was trying to just talk it out. Like, yo, what's the issue? Like, it was some apologies being said on that phone and everything, man.
It was some apologies being said from Austin Rivers. You sound like the fan now. I bet you Trevor called this man and said, Austin, you already got one hand in the cast. I will beat your ass. Listen, they said, somebody allegedly said this comment was yelled during the commotion. Your daddy can't save you from catching this fade. They don't know who said it. But somebody told Austin Rivers that Doc couldn't save him from catching that fade.
It was Chris Paul.
Chris Paul would never say that. That was his protege. He taught that man how to hoop.
But that sound like a Joe Green thing. He a goon.
That sounds like a Trevor Ariza thing to me. But it was a great game, and what we're not talking about, unfortunately, is the Clippers was able to get the win. I mean, I guess kudos to that. James Harden went on the court, so it really don't matter. But, hey, they won.
I mean, it's just how can Chris Paul get nothing? He didn't get anything. He the one that showed them the back block. They didn't know. They wouldn't know about that.
That's
man.
true. I mean, it had to have been Chris Paul. Nobody else would have had a clue.
It was Chris Paul, man. Like they told Capella, go do this right here, and we're gonna go through the back tunnels. Like, come on, man. That's Chris Paul. The Rockets wouldn't know anything about the Underground Railroad whatsoever. Man.
You know, it's another point to this thing that makes this whole debacle crazier. Now, Clint Capella, who is rapidly becoming our favorite player of ours, right? Wouldn't you say, LaParis?
I like Capella.
We like Capella because, for one, he went from being this kid nobody knew much about. He was Dwight Howard's backup to becoming the starter to becoming a beast in the pick and roll. Like, off of that screen, Capella finishing at that cup. Whether or not you get chestnuts put on you or not, that's your decision. But Capella's finishing at that cup. And now his confidence is growing. He was just recently quoted as saying, we are better than the Golden State Warriors. We're better than them. And if that ain't bad enough, you get Clint Capella to buy in to being part of the Trojan horse scheme. And after all this is said and done, somebody comes out with the statement that DeAndre Jordan would like to be traded to the Houston Rockets, which is just funny because after the opposing team come to your locker room to beat your teammates' ass, once you say, you know what, I want to be with them, I don't know what that does to your locker room. I also don't know how that would work because even though LaParis disagrees with me, I'd rather have Clint Capella than DeAndre Jordan right now. So I just don't know how that would work. But the fact that DJ felt like saying that after that debacle shows you just how wrong things are over there in Los Angeles. It's crazy.
I definitely would rather have DJ. I love Clint Capella, but I would rather have a defensive player of the year caliber guy. I mean, he's always up there in the running for defensive player of the year every year. He's been on like first team, second team, all defense numerous times. I mean, he averaging 15 boards, like 15 boards. So he like running. He like playing with Chris Paul, man. He probably like playing with Chris Paul. Bet he like playing with Blake, man. Blake might be annoying. I don't know what's going on over there in La La Land, but they done talked this guy into not signing with Dallas. He signed back with them. They done locked him in his house. This is why be a man of your word and do what you're gonna do from the rip, because you never know how the card's gonna fall. He wanted to sign with Dallas. They locked him in his house. They kept him in LA, and then everybody started going haywire. Everybody wanted to leave, and now he's stuck in La La Land where he don't want to be.
That man been trying to move to Texas for some years now.
He has. I think he's from Texas, if I'm not mistaken.
I don't know how you move forward. If I'm Blake Griffin, if I'm Chatty Austin Rivers, I don't know how I look at DeAndre after this. But anyway, let's move forward, man. While we talking NBA, the NBA All-Star starters were announced this week, and for the first time ever, the NBA, who continues to innovate and reinvent themselves to be the greatest.
I don't know. You like this?
I like
man?
it.
Oh, wait.
I like it.
You like the format?
I like it, and I'm gonna tell you why. So, look, in case you guys don't know, the leading vote getter for the East and the leading vote getter for the West, they get a chance to play team captains, and they can kind of vote. I mean, they can kind of like fantasy draft their team after everyone else is announced. The reason why I like it is because, once again, it's going to come with drama. It's more stuff on the side. Everybody's saying, do you think LeBron is going to draft? You think LeBron's going to pick Kyrie to be a teammate after Kyrie just wanted out? Probably not. And then you got to look at all this stuff right here. You got to wonder if Steph, who's the captain of the West, well, I guess it's not West because you can draft from either side now. But with Steph and his new buddy KD, are they going to pick Westbrook? I mean, it's just so much. This gives us another reason to tune in. LeBron James himself is on record as saying that he wants to play deep and he wants to get the game back to the way it's supposed to be. He don't want it to just be a joke. He's serious about it. I mean, he might as well be serious because they're not serious about no defense on the Cavaliers team. So at least let them play it once a year, in the All-Star game. But I like it, LaPage. What do you think about it? I love it.
Well, I have the NBA All-Star stars.
Name those guys. My bad.
So it say the East. It has LeBron James, Greek Freak, Joel Embiid, Kyrie Irving, DeMar DeRozan. And on the West side, it got KD, AD, DeMarcus Cousins, Steph Curry, and James Harden.
Yeah.
Spade.
Mm-hmm.
Come on.
What's the problem?
Like, people gonna make a big deal if LeBron don't draft Kyrie Irving. To me, it wouldn't be a big deal to me.
Wow.
I don't really like the format. Well, I mean, it still has. It looked like it still has East and West. I don't know if the jersey's gonna have East and West. What is the jersey gonna have? LeBron and Steph? Like, I don't like it. I wish it was still just East and West, but I get it. Fantasy is a big deal, and I mean, it adds another element to the All-Star game. I mean, people have been saying numerous times that the best part of the All-Star game has always been All-Star weekend with the events that go on Saturday, not particularly the game. So I guess they're trying to get more eyes to the game just to see, hey, maybe LeBron do pick Kyrie. Maybe we get to see them run again like we did the previous years. Maybe Westbrook do join KD and Steph on the same team. Maybe they do draft him. Who knows? So I get it. I just don't like the format. I'm an old head. People gonna be like, yo, get out of the 90s, get out of the 2000s, get out of the 80s. But that's what I grew up on. That's what I love. I don't like it, but I understand why. But I think a lot of people is trying to make a big deal out of LeBron. Is he gonna drive Kyrie? He probably won't even have a chance. Because even with this list, I'm not drafting Kyrie first. I'm not drafting him first. If I'm LeBron and I got the first pick, I'll probably take KD. I'm probably taking KD.
I would too.
I don't know. I don't have a. I mean, Spade. A lot of people. Joel Embiid made the All-Star game as a starter. Joel Embiid has been great. That's why a lot of people are like, oh my gosh, Ben Simmons should be Rookie of the Year. Joel Embiid has been balling. I would take Joel Embiid before I take Kyrie. I would take Joel Embiid. The crazy thing in the All-Star game is going to be crazy because he probably going to be on minute restriction because they don't want him to get hurt for the season. So do you take that stuff into account? I don't know, man. Kyrie been dealing with injuries. Is he going to play? We don't know.
He's going to play.
I know LeBron going to. I know LeBron going to play because the way the Cavs look, I know he just want to dub.
You ain't never lied.
He just want to dub.
Let me ask you this though. I think this is one of the first times I was trying to look it up while you was talking. I don't see if that's the case. And I didn't explain this, but with the starters being named, the starters have to be the starters. They don't necessarily have to be the starters for the East or the West. So just because Kyrie is a starter, if Steph takes him, I don't know why he would, but you get my point. But here's the thing. How do you feel about the league reigning MVP not being selected as a starter to the All-Star game? Like, Russell Westbrook is not selected as a starter, and this is another year that Dame Lillard and the Dame Lillard fans, which I'm a fan of Lillard, but I keep telling people every year, I think when it comes time to selection, it's a lot of talent over there, and Lillard probably don't make the cut. Folks are already crying about, oh, Lillard keeps being snubbed. Hold on, wait. Before you start talking about Lillard, Russell Westbrook has not been selected yet. So you tell Dame to have a seat. I don't want to hear from Dame right now. Russell Westbrook has not been selected.
I don't know whose spot he's taking. Whose spot is Lillard taking? Like, let's be honest. I want to know, fam. Let's be honest. Whose spot is he taking? Because Chris Paul is probably going to make this team too. So whose spot is he taking?
That's what I want to know.
I mean, I like Lillard. Y'all know I'm not the biggest Lillard fan. I'm kind of actually hard on Lillard, but I like Lillard game. But whose spot is he taking? You're not taking none of the. You're not taking Westbrook's spot. You're not taking James' spot. You're not, because I think I think it's just guard now. It ain't point guard, shooting guard. It's just guards. I mean, Clay probably gonna make it. Whose spot is he taking? Let's be honest. If anything, CJ McCollum should probably get that spot. If he being honest.
Wow, bro.
Because Lillard been hurt. Wow. Lillard's been hurt, bro. Lillard was out, and you know who was cooking back there? Napier. Little Napier was back there cooking. So, I don't know, man. People, it's always going to be snubbed. Like, Westbrook is going to be in as a reserve. He's making it. Westbrook is making it. But he's making it, man. He's making it. But whose spot is Lillard taking? Like, let's be honest. Leave it in the comment section. Let me know. Some of y'all might be like, oh, well, Chris Paul been hurt a couple of games too. He shouldn't make it. Man, Chris Paul, Chris
Paul
is
just went
He's
Harriet
making.
Tubman and led some people through the Underground Railroad. So that gets him in. Yeah,
He's making.
He's in. But all right, bro.
Yeah,
what else we
ready to
got,
move
man?
on? Everybody know the NBA trade deadline is coming up. Nico is reportedly on the block. It's a ton of people reportedly on the block. DJ want to be traded. It's some guys. But you want to know who is available, Spade? The team that this guy is on came out and said, we are taking calls. And that's none other than the Charlotte Hornets own, for now, Kemba Walker. Kemba Walker is on the block, Spade. And there's reports out there that the New York Knicks are very interested in Kemba. Spade, one, let me ask you. Why would Charlotte trade Kemba? Two, where would you like? Now, where do you see him going? Where would you like Kemba to go?
You know what's crazy? I feel sorry for Charlotte fans, bro. I really do. I mean, you guys had to go through that whole Bobcats era, which was pretty bad. I think Gerald Wallace was probably the best player when they was doing this whole Bobcat thing. Like, it's got to be tough. You guys have really been bad since Grandmama. Y'all been bad since Grandmama.
They made the playoffs, I think, last year, the year before last.
Yeah, they've been bad, bro.
I think they was one and done.
So look, here's the thing.
I think they was first round out.
I did a little bit of research because I couldn't understand this. I said, wait a minute. Kemba Walker's the best player on the Hornets. He's got to be a fan favorite. Like, who else are they rooting for? And with the research I did, I basically found out that, like, this team is in trouble. They made an acquisition in the offseason of Dwight Howard, who is playing good. Dwight Howard is playing good. Yeah. And this team is still sub 500. So you got Dwight Howard, who's got a huge contract. You've got Nicholas Batum, who's got a huge contract. You got Kemba Walker, who's got a huge contract. And this team is sub 500. So I know, the video game players are saying, oh, easy, get rid of Nicholas Batum. But what is his trade value? Who wants Batum with his contract? So I think they're in a situation where they're going, okay, we made this last-ditch effort. We brought in Dwight with plans of being able to get in the postseason in the East, which everyone knows is probably easier, than it is over on the West. You make these moves, and it still doesn't form any wins. So then you got to say, okay, what do we have to do to blow it up? I mean, because at some point you need cap space. For whatever you're going to do, you need cap space. Well, if you got 3 max contract people over there and only one of them have trade value, I guess you got to move Kemba. I would never move Kemba. I don't know what I would do. I would try to talk to Kemba and see what we could build. Maybe we're bad this year. Maybe we just tank this year and we try to build through the draft. I would definitely try to build around Kemba. And Nicholas Batum is really the guy who, for them, he just never became what they thought he would be. Dwight Howard is playing well.
And he's been injury
prone
man. So
Nicholas
much,
Batum
man.
was that guy that was supposed to be, his length was supposed to make him a problem on the defensive end, and his versatility was supposed to make him a problem on the offensive end. He was a decent shooter. He could put it on the floor. He was just a savvy guy. And he just looked like a role player. But he's getting superstar money. He's a role player getting superstar money, and that's a problem for him. Well, it ain't a problem for him, but it's a problem for them damn Hornets.
And the crazy thing is, Jeremy Lamb has been better, in my opinion, than Batum this year. Like, you got a young guy, Jeremy Lamb, and Nicholas Batum is kind of stunting his growth. You can't get him on the court. But when he's been playing, Jeremy Lamb has been playing, but you might well just try and get Batum out of there, put Lamb as a starter, and build with Kemba and Lamb. Look, Kemba's probably getting traded. He's getting traded. I think he's getting traded. And I think the only team, I think it got to be the Knicks, babe. They got a young point guard in that Nikoliki guy.
Yeah,
that guy, whatever his name is. They got a young point guard. You can get a young point guard back. Maybe you can get him back. Maybe you can get one of those shooters. Maybe a McDermott back, a guy that can stretch the court. In my opinion, you're not going to get equal trade value for Kemba Walker. I don't understand why they would want to trade Kemba. Dwight has been playing phenomenal. I've been very hard on Dwight. Dwight has been quietly playing some of the best basketball Dwight has played in a long time. And Spade, we thought Dwight had a good season last year with the Hawks. He's having an even better season this year with the Hornets. And for whatever reason, it's not transforming into wins. Like they cannot get dubs on that team for whatever reason. I understand why they would say, yo, you know what? We probably got to move on for Kemba. This is a big time draft that's about to happen. Let's get in this lottery, and we can get a guy maybe that they think is potentially
they may be able to get
Kemba.
this young kid to shoot him from damn half court, LaParis. You got to think about it. Maybe they looking at Kemba like, you know what?
Yeah.
It's a move we can make that can make both parties happy. We can get Kemba out of here and get Kemba to a contender.
Yeah.
Everybody keeps saying, and I don't see this happening. Let me go ahead and say I don't see this happening. But everybody keeps saying, man, you might can sprinkle some Kemba in over there in New Orleans, man, and that might be what they need to get them to the next level. Man, I'm looking at their salaries, bro. You know how much Batum makes this year? $22.5 million this year. Dwight Howard makes $23.5 million this year. Michael Kidd-Gilchrist, $13 million this year. There's more. Kemba Walker's only making 12 this year. Marvin Williams makes over 13 mil this year. Cody Zeller, 12.5 mil this year. Like they got people over there making big money that are just role players. So yes, if you get Kemba out of this lineup and you tank it the rest of the year, you can come back. What's the guy's name? Trae Young? Is that who I'm talking about? Man, who knows?
Yeah.
Trae Young might fall to these dudes, man. I don't know.
Or maybe they get in the lottery and they able to take them. Who knows? You never know how the ping pong ball's going to fall.
I'm saying.
You never know. But I want to say this, too. I also been hearing Kemba to Cleveland, Spade. I'm hearing you trade Iman, you trade Isaiah Thomas down to and Channing Frye. You trade him down to Charlotte, and you get Kemba up there. That's Spade. The Cavs just played, and they scored 100 and something points. They problem ain't scoring.
Right.
They problem
and
is
I don't
defense.
think Kemba makes them better.
Kemba ain't gonna play no defense
and
either.
I'm tired of hearing every time it's a trade rumor,
their problem is
the
defensive.
Cavs are in on it. You know, I heard the Cavs had interest in Lou Will, and don't get me wrong, Lou Will, that type of person that every team in the league got interest in Lou Will. A guy who can come off the bench and light it up like that, his value is never going to go down. He's always going to be valuable. But why in the hell is the Cavaliers looking toward Lou Will? Like, that ain't what y'all need, fam.
They need a guy. They want him. They want him. I don't know if the Clippers going to do the trade, but they need a guy like DeAndre Jordan, a guy that can people drive into the paint and do a defensive guy. They need a defensive guy. I don't know why the Cavs want Kemba Walker. Why do they want Kemba Walker? You don't need scoring. You don't need scoring. Y'all just dropped 100 and something points. Somebody dropped 140 on y'all.
Damn, it was like 148. And it was
like, come on,
who ain't even been playing.
You don't need. Yeah, you don't need scoring. But I even heard Kemba to Utah. They said a Donovan Mitchell Kemba backcourt would be amazing to watch. It probably would, but I don't see Kemba in Utah. I don't think Kemba want to go out there. I mean, I heard Kemba with the Spurs. I heard Kemba everywhere. I don't know, man. I would like for Kemba to stay in Charlotte, but I understand why Charlotte would want to move him because it's not turning into wins. But I would try to move them other guys.
If you're a Hornets fan, let's say you like a season ticket holder, bro. If Kemba's traded, how much longer can you support this team?
Fans are fans, Spade. Fans are short for fanatic. You say it all the time. They're going to still show up, bro. Cleveland Brown fans still been showing up. They went 0-16. Right, they showing up.
Sheesh.
Fans are fans, bro. They'll be at that game. Maybe they won't come to every game, but they'll be there. Maybe they won't come to every game, but they're going to be there. Fans are fans, bro. They showing up. They showing up. We can move on, though. Hey, before we move on, let me know in the comment section down below. Should the Hornets move on from Kemba? If so, where should Kemba land? Let me know in the comments.
All right, bro. Since we're talking basketball, let's talk, I guess, collegiate basketball, high school basketball. I don't really know what this category, I don't know what category to put this in. Let's talk about Zion Williamson, man, the dunking phenom in high school ranked number 2 in the nation. Everybody was tuned in to see what this kid would commit to. Of course, he is in South Carolina. He's in Spartanburg. Let me get it right because I don't want to say the area wrong. Spartanburg, South Carolina. Had a couple of teams, had about 5 teams narrowed down. A lot of people thought Clemson. A lot of people thought the Gamecocks. Threw everybody a curveball and committed to Duke, which gave Duke like the number 1 player in the nation, the number 2 player in the nation, and like the number 4 player in the nation or something like that. They definitely got 3 of the top 5 players in the nation committed. This is coming in a year where everybody pretty much expects Duke entire starting 5 to go pro. I was kind of thrown by this. I really didn't see this kid going to LA Paris. Did you see this coming, and how do you feel about it?
Is Grayson Allen still going to be there? Like, he been there
Grayson
forever.
got to go. Grayson been there about 13 years.
I'm about to say, because he been there forever. Hopefully, he's still not there. I want to say, look, people saying it's a big deal, so I guess it's a big deal.
It's a big deal.
I don't follow high school basketball enough and college basketball enough to know if this guy can play. I don't even know what position this guy plays, babe. I don't even know what position he plays.
Bro. He's a power forward.
Is he?
Yes, he's on Sounds.
In high school. I don't follow college basketball until the tourney. I know people always tweeting us and being like, yo, you guys haven't get strong on performer to Trae Young yet. I ain't never seen Trae Young play. I've seen highlights on ESPN, but I'm not I mean, he dropping 40 something a game, man. He like the kid lead the league and like lead the NCAA in like assists and scoring. So he got to be the truth.
Yeah.
But I just tune in on
March Madness.
Sports Center. I think the kid just lost a game. If I'm not mistaken, he just lost a game.
He did.
But
he did.
I don't watch enough. I seen Zion on like the Ball Is Life Twitter. Like I seen highlights of him dunking on people on like Ball Is Life.
Yep.
I haven't seen the kid play, a full game. So I don't know how the kid play. I don't know I don't know if he can shoot. I don't know if he got the midi. I don't know if he got long range distance or if he's just some tomahawk remember early Blake Griffin couldn't shoot. All he did was dunk on folk.
Absolutely.
I don't know if he that type of guy. I don't know.
That's a good point.
So I don't watch enough. So I can't really give my insight. I don't really watch enough college basketball until we get to the tourney where it's like crazy upsets and it's exciting. You go through this long drawn out season. Teams been getting that work. Teams been, Duke is always in the hunt. A team like Kentucky is always in the hunt. They always got top recruiting classes and stuff like that. But I don't watch enough college basketball to be like, oh my gosh, this guy went there. I mean, it's Duke. Of course, these kids going to go to Duke. They're going to go to Kentucky. They're going to go to those type of schools. They're going to go to Kansas. They're going to go to those schools. They're going to go to Michigan State. They're going to go to those schools. So, he chose Duke. Of course, you're going to choose Duke over South Carolina Gamecocks basketball.
I'm shocked.
And Clemson Spade. Come on,
I'm shocked,
man.
bro. I'm shocked.
Why?
Because this kid, his hype is that. Like, look. We all know, let's be honest here. College basketball, the NCAA is just a necessary evil to get these kids to the destination they're going to. It ain't nothing but an on-ramp to the, to the interstate. You know exactly where they're going. And when you're Zion Williamson, if he could enter for the draft right now, he'd be a lottery pick. So he don't need to go to a school that's prestigious to get him attention. He don't have to go to a school that gets a lot of TV games to get him attention.
If they forcing you to play, you at least want to win a championship, right?
I mean, do they? But see, this is why I'm glad we brought this up. First of all, let me say this to our listeners, because somebody's going to be shocked at our lack of knowledge. Somebody came in my live stream and said, Spade, what's your opinion on Sharif O'Neal not being selected to the McDonald's All-American game? And I said, I do not follow high school sports at all, in the slightest. Right. I'll see highlights here, and if something intrigues me, I'll look closer. Like, everybody knows I'm a fan of Colin Sexton. That guy played in Georgia. I saw highlights from him, and I was like, this kid is the truth. I want to see more. But in order for us to be, and I feel like I should explain this, LePage, so take a sip of water. I got this one. In order for us to be as knowledgeable as we try to be on the big two, which is the NBA and the NFL, it requires us to watch a lot of that. So we could be really good in a couple of areas, or we could just be moderately good at a bunch of areas. So we kind of narrow it down. We follow the NFL, we follow the NBA, and we follow NCAA football. That's what we specialize in. As far as the NCAA when it comes to basketball, I watch here and there, but mostly, like most people, when it's tourney time, you tune in. And this is where, to me, stars are made, which is why I was so critical of Ben Simmons, who couldn't get his team to the tourney. I was so critical of Markelle Fultz, who couldn't get his team to the tourney. And all of you guys, the backlash that I took is, hey, these kids don't care about getting to the tourney. They're just going to school, so they can go pro. So if that's the case, a kid like Zion Williamson, why does he give a damn about going to Duke? He's going to go there and share the ball with the number 1 player in the nation and like the number 3 or the number 4 player in the nation. And he's going to finish his year in school averaging like 15 points a game. And I told you guys, the reason why it's so tough for me to evaluate collegiate talent, because, man, I remember people like Michael Beasley, who was giving folks buckets at K-State, dropping folks off for about 32 plus a game. And I could look at him and say, that kid's going to be able to play at the next level. It's tough for me to look at Kentucky that's got so much talent that everybody on the team averaged 12 points a game and know that one of them is going to be AD. Like when I said, I'm not going to lie, I thought AD was a great shot blocker. I didn't think he would be the type of player he is now. And everybody goes, you crazy. You couldn't tell AD was going to be that? No, because he was sharing the ball with all the rest of the top 100 players in the nation, and they was all getting about 12, 13 points a game. How the hell am I supposed to know which one of these guys is good? So for Zion, why not go to South Carolina? Why not go to Clemson, score about 30 a game, and go pro? This is what everybody expects him to do anyway. So I'm shocked to see that this kid, who's been a star since he could touch the nets, which was probably when he was 8, he's going to go to a university that's going to reduce him to a role play. I'm shocked, bro. I'm shocked.
Let me play devil's advocate, Spade, and I agree with you 100%. But let me just play devil's advocate. Maybe he like, you know what? I go to Duke. I got some help. I don't have to. It don't have to be as strenuous on me.
That's a good point.
For this short period of time, I probably won't get hurt. Then more than likely, if I'm gotta drop 30 over here at trash ass South Carolina, I got some help over here in Duke. We got other top players. I don't mind averaging 13, 14 points. I know I'm still going to the league.
That's true. That's a damn good point.
Let me take some of the strain off me. Average, we going to the tourney. We probably going to the Final Four. We're going to be able to compete for a championship. I don't have, a lot of people were saying that about Ben Simmons. Babe, what did people tell us about Ben Simmons? Oh, he don't have no help.
Yeah.
He chose to go there.
Yeah, that's why I said I thought that's why he went there, so he could go off. So you go to LSU and still score 16, 17 a game. What am I supposed to think?
When we was critical of Ben Simmons, what was people telling us? Well, he don't got nobody to pass it to. He got to do everything over there. He don't have no players. He don't have any help.
Yep.
So maybe Zion is taking the other route. You know what? I got help. I got other top players in this league. Other people that's probably going to go to the league with me. We're going to be able to compete for a national championship. And the season isn't going to be as strenuous on me as it would be in these other situations. Maybe that's what he's thinking. Maybe. I don't know, but I agree with you 100%. If it's just about going to the league, you might as well stay at home, get some home cooking.
Exactly.
You know what I mean?
I just go
be
to
close
South
to
Carolina,
your family,
shoot home, get my laundry done, eat me a big plate of home cooking, swing by and kick it with my old homeboys every once in a while. I don't know. Yeah. I don't know, bro. Listen, the like college fans.
I want to say kudos to you for explaining. I think people would respect that because instead of us just coming out here talking out our ass about something that we aren't as knowledgeable about, like the Shareef O'Neal situation, people ask me the same thing. Isn't it? I don't know. I don't know how Shareef O'Neal is as a player. I don't know. So instead of me just coming out here, they played him out, or hell nah. Before I do that and make me jump off before I jump off the cliff and you guys bang the cannon on us in the comment section and be like, man, these guys don't know what they talking about. I'd rather tell you I don't watch enough to know. I like MMA, but it's other people that watch more MMA than me. It's I watch college basketball when they get to the tourney. I'm actually, if I had to choose a sport, I'm picking football, college and pro. But I watch a ton of basketball as well. I mean NBA basketball. Right. I don't watch college until we get to the tourney. And before I jump off the cliff and be like, oh, this dude Trae Young is blah, 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 I'm going to tell you, I haven't seen this kid play one game. I've seen his highlights on SportsCenter. He looked like the truth, but I haven't seen enough. I haven't seen him play for me to make my own. It's a lot of people that watch SportsCenter and be like, They see the highlights and be like, "This got a truth."
Yeah. Which we
I
don't
like to
do.
make my own judgment. My own judgment.
I'm not judging anybody off their highlights. Because if you don't look like you the man in your highlights, then you need to hang it up. Because let me tell you something. I was average at best. But if you clipped up my highlights, well, you will be ready to give me some type of a scholarship somewhere. Some small university.
I think people will respect that about our show, bro.
Yeah, I mean, and I have to tell people a lot. I mean, we could cover everything. But no way two people could cover everything and be as knowledgeable as we want to be. So, listen, high school ball, that's off my radar. I know that Zion Williamson is crazy athletic. I'm with LaParis. I don't know if the kid can shoot. And somebody's going to be like, oh, well, it's highlights of him making jump shots. I'm not talking about his highlights. I ain't talking about his highlights. I mean, we already told you guys, a broke watch is right twice a day. That's not what I'm talking about. Can this guy, if you just back off of him and give him the jump shot, can he kill you from that? Do he need to score at the cup? I don't know any of this stuff about Zion Williamson. I am just shocked to see him go to Duke. I'm shocked, bro. That's all I'm going to say. I'm shocked. Zion, he's going to the league either way. And you actually did a great job of giving, just a different look, a different perspective. Yeah, maybe his thing is, hey, man, I just want to preserve myself. I want to get to the league as fresh as possible. I don't care if I'm the second or third option on Duke. I'm just chilling over there. We going to the tourney either way. Coach K going to probably teach me a couple of life lessons. Later on, he going to be that guy that's stealing my phone where I can text him if I need a favor down the road. Coach K is that guy. Like, he does. Zion made this comment about them being a family over there, and everybody knows, like, Coach K takes that approach. Like, Coach K's not the only one, but Coach K takes that approach. Like, later on,
but you want that prestigious coach that going to be there. South Carolina Clemson coach may be fired in the next 2 years. Who knows? I don't even know who coaching over there. Bro. But guys like Jim Boeheim, all those type of guys, Izzo up in Michigan State. You know these guys. You know those guys are going to be there. So
and now I got to do this.
You know those guys. I mean, people been trying to get Coach K out of Duke to go coach in the NBA all the time, and Coach K stay his ass right at Duke. So
I thought he wasn't going nowhere.
Why not have a guy like Coach K on your phone you can hit up and be like, man, I'm going through it. The NBA is tougher than I. Can you give me some kind words? And Coach K can be that guy.
Well, now,
I understand.
Now I got to do this, though. Shout out to the homie Nate and also the homie MK, because I got to echo their comments. Zion Williamson now is nothing to me because I do not like Duke. So now I must write you off, Zion. Good luck in your endeavors.
Yeah, I'm like, I
you're out of here now, Zion. You're out of here.
But Spade, you gotta get Duke is always in the hunt, bro. Even when this is no shade. This is no shade, Spade. But put your shades on.
Oh, Lord.
But even when Duke was real Caucasian over the past couple of years, it'd be like one black guy. The whole team was white. Duke was still an attorney fighting for championship.
That's the Duke we know. So it looks strange when I look over there now, and they got a team full of brothers with the Sonic the Hedgehog haircut. Like, I'm looking over there like, whoa, what's happening at Duke? Like, Duke always look, if they had brothers over there.
Duke has kind of always been the Caucasian team, and North Carolina been like the brothers.
Duke always has been the collegiate version of the Utah Jazz. Let's be real here. And if they got a brother, he was very Trajan Langdon-ish. He was very fair-skinned. He was very Drakish. He was very Drakish. So
he was Carlos Boozer.
Right, it's funny you bring that up because I always looked at Corey Maggette
I think Elton Brand and maybe Jason Williams.
And Corey Maggette. I always looked at Corey Maggette like, whoa,
and
Corey, you made a wrong turn. You're supposed to went to North Carolina, bro. What's going on? So things have definitely changed over there at Duke, man. I can't even say Kyrie because we ain't even see Kyrie at Duke. Kyrie ain't even...
He played like 6 games.
I don't even know what jersey number he was at Duke. Anyway, let's move forward. We gave Duke way too much of my valuable time, bro.
We can move on, Spade. It's been a great show thus far, but we got to move on to the pick'em game, Spade. I'm on your heels. It's 10-9, baby.
It is not 10-9. It's 11-8.
It's 10. Bro, check the tape. It's 10-9.
All right,
check the tape.
Let me get back serious.
I went back to the previous shows, and I looked.
Went back to no previous show, bro. Nah,
bro. I went back. Check the tape.
Right, I'm serious now.
Somebody in the comment section, go check the tape. It's 10-9. I'm on Spade Hills. I'm back like I'm cooked crack. I don't know if y'all remember a couple of weeks ago, Spade was like, you want to start over? I'm like, nah, I got the glow. And I'm back.
You ain't got no damn glow.
I'm back.
I let off the gas. Nobody wants to race somebody that they can't even see in the race.
It's 10-9. You need to put your foot back on the gas.
I might let you actually
Spade, I got a good one for us back.
What you got? What's the game?
Spade, I got a good one for us, and that's Thursday. Thursday coming up this week, we got the Washington Wizards versus the Oklahoma City Thunder. Two teams that we both feel should be better than what they are. Washington is one of those teams play down to the lesser competition and lose those games. But when they play against the Cavs or Boston or something, for whatever reason, they show up to those games. So Washington Wizards, Oklahoma City Thunder. We just seen what Oklahoma City did to the Cavs. Spade, talk to your boy who you got him.
Let me tell you something. You see what Oklahoma City just did to the Cavs? 150 points damn near, right? Fluke. The Cavs is just bad. You thought you was going to try to, you tried to talk them up. You thought I was going to take the Thunder? No.
Yeah, I thought you was going to take the Thunder.
Give me John Wall and Bradley Beal. Give me Kelly Oubre, who say he's the, what he say he is? He's the swaggiest player in the league. And Kelly, look, I want you to rock your Supreme leg sleeve. I'll pay your fine. As long as they take monthly installments.
That's crazy.
It's going to take me a minute.
See, he pulled the okie doke. I thought he was going to take the Thunder, and I wanted to go Washington. But since Spade is taking Washington, and he been on this losing streak.
I'm not on a losing streak, B.
I'm going to go the opposite way.
I'm on a not trying streak.
I'm going to go the opposite way. And I'm going with the Oklahoma City Thunder, Westbrook, PG, Think Melo, Steven Adams, Andre Roberson is back. Let's go. Give me the Thunder.
Just called out Andre Roberson name like he gonna be the reason if they do win.
Word up,
like it's gonna be Andre.
He gonna shut everything Bradley Beal on down.
Please.
Damn.
Listen,
you want
Kelly, wear your Supreme sleeve, fam. I got you fine, huh? Do they take payments? That's all I want to know. I got you fine. Let's go, bro.
Yo, leave who you guys got in your the pick'em game in the comment section down below. Washington Wizards, Oklahoma City Thunder, Thursday night. Be there.
All right, last segment of the show today, folks. We call this a Strong Arm Performer of the Week. This is an award, a very prestigious award in podcast land, given out twice a week by this show. But Paris, we still not tweeting people, bro. I want to tweet people. All right?
I mean,
we still not tweeting people.
You right.
Let's do it.
We need the staff.
We need to hire some folks. But we got to wait after I pay Kelly Oubre fine. Because I don't know what the budget is. But anyway, we give this award out twice a week to a male or female who raised his or her level of play to ensure that their team got the victory. If you ever, listen, professional athletes, collegiate athletes, whatever, if you ever receive a Strong Arm Performer of the Week award from us, put that shit on the top shelf where you put Emmys and Oscars and Grammys and stuff. Don't put it down there with your rec league baseball trophies. I got trophies around here right now. Look, I got a trophy right here. I got trophies for days, fam. I did that. Don't put your Strong Arm Performer of the Week down there. Put it up top. LaParis, you on the hot seat. Who is your Strong Arm Performer of the Week and why?
I got to give it to a guy.
Of course.
We just spoke about, man. A guy that just played, had a phenomenal game. And, you know, I know somebody going to tweet and say, they don't play no defense. I don't care. You want to know what this guy did? This guy shot 9 of 17 from the field. He had 23 points. He had 9 rebounds. He had 2 steals. And he also had 20 dimes. 20. And that's none other than the MVP, the reigning MVP, Russell Westbrook of the Oklahoma City Thunder. And for that performance against the Cavs, leading them to a win, you are my Strong Arm Performer of the Week. Westbrook. Beast on them dudes, bruh. It's the first time I gave it to the MVP this year, I think.
The first time he was deserving, and you even could argue this. I mean, 23 points is okay.
What?
You know how many people came out and outperformed? Let's be honest. It was way more deserving people this week. Russ, you know I'm a fan. You the homie. But come on now. The Paris, that's a reach. You reaching.
Bro, 20 dimes? 20
that's
dimes?
All? That's all? Just saying. James Harden throwing 20 dimes with a cast on. Anyway, that's pretty good. That's pretty good.
Yeah, through the tunnel.
I like efficiency. So, my award recipient this week, I'm giving it to somebody who was crazy efficient. And I would like to apologize here on the air. A couple of weeks ago, LaParis put me on the hot seat. The lamps was bright. I felt like I was in a police interrogation. And sometimes you say things you don't mean to say. And LaParis pressed me and said, right before we end the show, Spade, I'm putting you on the hot seat. Should y'all trade? And it was surprised. I meant to say no, and I accidentally said yes. And first of all, I want to apologize to Son Whiteside. I can't believe I said that. That was not me. I was not in my right mind. I would not like to trade you Let me tell you, Hassan Whiteside's been injured, man. And the Miami Heat still been finding ways to get wins because we have one of the best head coaches in the National Basketball Association. Shout out to Coach Spo.
Oh, boy.
But he came back.
He wanted to get rid of
I
Coach
love
Spo
Spo.
for 2 years.
Don't lie
Go
on
ahead,
me.
Spade.
I love Spo. That's my boy. Spo, hit my line, bro. Hassan Whiteside came back from injury and he stepped right back in there. You know, like he didn't need no time to warm up or nothing. He was just like, I'm back. And they had and also I look at the opponents too. You know what I'm saying? Like I can't reward you for beating up on a bad team. I want you to play a talented team and show how talented you are. Greek Freak, yeah, he just got announced to be a starter. He's an NBA All-Star starter. It matters not to Hassan Whiteside. 32 minutes of play. 10 of 12 from the field, 7 of 9 from the charity stripe. I'm talking 27 points, 13 rebounds, 6 block shots, only 1 turnover. Wow. Hassan Whiteside, welcome back. We never want to trade you, bro. And for that performance right there against a good team in the East, above 500, you are my strong arm performer of the week. Hassan Whiteside, welcome back.
Hassan Whiteside, he just wanted to trade you like 2 weeks ago. He been wanting to fire for 2 years, and he been wanting to trade Whiteside all season. Now he a Whiteside fan
welcome
again.
back, bro. I had a lot of pressure on me that day, and I was saying things that I didn't mean to say.
Bro, somebody could walk up to me right now and be like, you want to trade Laurie? And I'd be like, absolutely
If they put that
not.
pressure on you, you don't know what you would say.
Absolutely
You
not.
never been in that pressure environment. You never been on that stage. You never played on the big stage, bro.
Pressure don't bust these pipes over here. I stay cool, calm, and collective when the
You ain't
pressure
never been on the
man.
big stage. You don't know how bright them lights are. You don't know.
Bro, them lights
You don't know
bright.
that. You just heard.
And that's why I got hater blockers. That's why I got a brim on. Because I block that. I block all that. I'm ready for whatever. Whiteside, he just wanted to trade you, homie. Spo, he wanted you gone for 2 years. Spo, he wanted you gone since Brian left. When Brian leave?
Listen, man.
He wanted you gone
So
since
you just
then.
gonna sit here and lie on me. This show going up on the Sabbath day, and that's the way you want to be perceived. Just up here lying.
Listen, man. Spade, before I close the show, you got anything
No,
else
I
to
do
add?
want to thank our supporters, though. This is the first time in the history of our show that we've been in the 40s for most downloaded podcasts on iTunes in the sports and rec department, however they categorize the podcast. We couldn't do it without you guys. I tell y'all all the time, everybody knows somebody that likes sports. I'm not asking for you to reach in your pocket. Like, that's tough when you ask somebody to make a donation. I'm not asking you to make any donations. Just tell the people you know that love sports.
But if you want to,
right, we won't turn it down. But no, if you know anybody that loves sports, man, you're not doing us a favor. You're doing them a favor. Tell them about SAS, man. Just tell them. They're going to thank you later. And if they don't, they might not be real comfortable saying thank you.
Listen, man, I say it every show. We cannot thank you guys enough for your continued support, man. And with you guys' continued support, we know who there, man. It's a lot of y'all. Some of y'all don't even watch us on YouTube. All you guys want the audio. However you listen, it doesn't matter. We
Absolutely.
appreciate you, man. We cannot thank you guys enough. But as usual, if you on YouTube and you watching right now and you new over here, bang the subscribe button and take 2 seconds. You can hit the like button if you a regular. It's also a little bell up there. It's a little bell right there. It lets you know. You get an alert to your mobile device. It lets you know as soon as a new episode is uploaded to the YouTubes. If you don't want to see two dudes arguing in the box, we got audio podcasts everywhere. SoundCloud, Podomatic, iTunes. We cannot thank you guys enough, man. I cannot stress that enough. Hitting the 40s was like, that junk was touching. Strong Arm Sports tweeted and was like, man, let me show you guys what a team effort look like. And that right there is a team effort. We cannot thank you guys enough. And that's why we keep bringing these episodes, man. That's why we keep trying to deliver great content to you guys. And hopefully with you guys support, this thing turning even bigger and better.
2018
Can't thank you guys enough. Spade, you got anything else? That's right, man. Well, listen. Thank you. We will see you guys next episode. Leave your thoughts in the comment section down below about everything we talked about today. And we out, man. We'll see you guys next episode. We out. Peace.